Hey guys, we're going to be continuing our work with slope and intercept. Now I'm going to flip you around here, and these are the answers for the page 402, 6 through 12, where you were actually finding the slope of the line. This right here are the answers. So if you want to pause the video so you can look at this, and I can answer any questions that you might have on Wednesday during the Zoom class. So, all right, so those are the answers for that. Now, today we're going to be looking at, this is going to be page, wait, I'll get there in a minute. Where we're talking about intercept, okay? And this isn't very complicated. This is where we're dealing with intercept. And these are the notes that I took for this section. And I will send these to you guys. The intercept is the point where the graph crosses the axis. Okay, that's just where it touches the line. Where it touches the x line is called the x-intercept. That's where the x-coordinate of the point where the graph crosses the x-axis, and that's your horizontal line, is your x-axis. The y-intercept is the y-coordinate point where the graph crosses the y-axis, and that would be your vertical line, okay? So, an example of that, if you look at this graph right here, the x-intercept, that's just where it's touching. This would be your x line. That just means where is this blue line touching the x line would be right there. And where is it touching the y line would be right there, because your y line is the vertical one, okay? Now, if we look at example 1, okay, in our book here, they give us the problem, and this is on page 407. They're asking us to graph y equals 3 over 2x minus 6 using the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now, the way that you would do that is you would make when we're going to do this, we're going to make our x and our y both be 0. Okay, and so you have to do the problem twice to come up with your coordinates. So I've got y equals 3 over 2x minus 6. So in this first problem, I'm going to let my y be 0 equals 3 over 2x minus 6. Now, I want to move this negative 6 over to the other side, so I'm going to have to add 6 to this side, add it to that side. Of course, that will cancel out. And so I have 6 on the left side, 3 over 2x, and I want to get rid of this 3 over 2. So I have to use the reciprocal of it, okay, to get rid of it. So I'll multiply by 2/3, multiply the other side by 2/3. So what I'm going to get here is 6, I put the 6 over 1 times 2/3. I'll cross simplify right here. 3 will go into 3 one time. 3 will go into 6 two times. Then I'll multiply straight across. 2 times 2 is 4. And this would be like 4 over 1, which would reduce to 4. So with this first problem here, I have my x and y coordinate here. And we found out that the x is 4, and then the y we said was 0. Okay, so I'll do this same problem again. I've got y equals 3 over 2x. So on this problem over here on this side, I'm going to let my x be 0. So 3 over 2 times 0, of course that gives me 0, minus 6. So I've got y is equal to minus 6. So then my coordinate is going to be 0 over 6. Then what I would do after I have these after I've done the two problems, okay, I would take this and then I would put it on let me get my paper here. I would just graph it, okay? Now, you don't have to have graph paper to do this. You can just do the T-grid and then graph it from here. But here is my y line and my x line. I come over, because here's my coordinates here, 4 and 0, and 0, negative 6. So I put those on the line right here, okay? So what you would do after you put your 2 points on there, pick one more point on the line, okay? I did this one too, negative 3. And so I want to see if I have the same slope here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check it with another point on the line. I'm doing 2 and -3. Okay, so I'm going to come over here where there's a y. I'm going to put -3 because that's what my y is. And where there's an x, I'm going to put my 2. So I have my -3 here is equal to 3/2 multiplied times 2. Okay, that's going to give me 3. Okay, when I multiply that out, and now I bring my 6 down, 3 minus 6, that gives me -3. -3 equals -3, so I know that that's correct. Okay, so this is something that, and what we're doing here, we're using the slope-intercept form. Okay, we did use that up here, okay? We just didn't have this formula, okay? And if you see this formula, that means they want you to find the y-intercept. So I've got the slope-intercept form. We're going to be using this. Y equals mx plus b, okay? So m stands for your slope, and b, that is your y-intercept, okay? Or wherever it's touching the y line, okay? So that's what those stand for. Now, I'm going... what I'm going to ask you to do for homework or classwork, okay, we're going to look over here at, we're going to do 8 through 15, and I'll write that on the paper and I'll send it to you. But I'm also going to attach a Khan Academy video for you guys to look at, and hopefully that'll help explain some more of this. And tomorrow on the Zoom, I will go over any questions that you might have and about the slope, and then we can talk some more about this the slope-intercept form. And we are having our Zoom at 12 o'clock, okay? So please try to make sure that you are there for it, and I will send that in the group chat also. But I hope you guys had a great spring break, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.